Hello, sisters. Welcome to Rising Feminine Online Temple, which is a 7 days initiation for a woman to journey back to her true essence. I am Jonita D'Souza, your feminine lifestylist and the keeper of this online temple, where I have gathered visionaries from around the world to join forces to initiate you in your authentic self. And a big part of my work is about rituals and indulging into everyday rituals. So I invite you today to take some safe and sacred space out of your busy time to receive today's offering from our guide here. And our guide today is Lena Dolter. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Lena before I can start our juicy conversation for today. Lena is a love and dating coach, and her love journey has led her to know how to be and love the real her. She no longer tries to change herself to please someone else. She fully owns her value and worth, and it's her mission to help other women do the same. Welcome, Lena.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, and I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been watching your tele summit that was happening recently, and I thought, okay, I need to talk to you, and we should get on together for this online temple and have a conversation. So I'm so glad that you said yes to it.
I'm so glad you asked me. I'm really excited.
Okay, hold on just
Yeah,
1 second.
sure.
Before we jumped into this conversation today, I did quick meditation and I pulled up a goddess card, which I wanted to pick up from the floor.
Excellent.
An online temple cannot be on without the goddess card. So, goddess Sedna, infinite supply. And I was really excited reading your bio, and then this Sedna kind of really matched me towards that because, as you say, the real her, and the infinite supply. So I just want to ask you quickly if there is any resonance that you feel in this moment with this goddess Sedna.
Oh, it's so funny that you pulled her because I often pull cards during my meditation, and very, very often I receive Sedna. And what I love about so it's really it's really interesting that you have drawn her today. What I love about Sedna and what resonates for me about her is, yes, the infinite supply, that there is enough for all of us, that we will all be supported. And what I love about the message in that card and the embodiment that she represents, she also is really connected to the water. And what I love about that, it's like, we are really not just one drop. We are the whole ocean. And that's a Rumi quote. I might have butchered it a little bit, but that's the whole essence. And so that, together with Sedna being part of this abundant nature, I love that. And what resonates for me with her is also goddess Lakshmi. So I know you didn't pull Lakshmi, but Lakshmi is like the goddess of abundance and blessing.
Yeah.
And Sedna and her they aren't sisters in any way. I mean, in the grand scope of things, they're sisters. But I love how comparable they are, and how they have like the same message, which is there's enough for all of us. And when we think of ourselves or get connected to our deeper selves and understand that there really is enough, there's more than enough, then what opens up for us is like unbelievable, because we move from a place of feeling like I have to have this one thing and that one person and that one thing, like so specific, that we get focused and we feel constricted. And so Sadhna is like this flowing goddess, and she's in the water. And I think her figure, doesn't she dance with dolphins? Like, aren't there dolphins?
Yeah, there's a dolphin.
So you can see like how connected she is to the vastness of the water and the life of the water. And so, I love that. I think it's perfect.
Amazing. So, Lena, I and the women watching this would like to know, how did you initiate yourself in this work that you're doing?
Yeah, that's a great question. A few years ago, my eyes watering. Sorry about that. I noticed that, well, I guess I'll go back a little farther. I've gone on a journey. I discovered yoga 15, 16 years ago, and something about it really resonated with me. I don't know what, at the time it was just like, I really liked this person who was leading the class. It was just her and I had this connection. And I found that I really wanted to be in my body. I found that I really could do it well because I never was a sports person, and it felt good to me, but it was on a real basic level. And I moved around different states to different jobs, and I always was trying to find a yoga community, a place where I could go practice. And so that was like the basis of how I got into yoga, meditation. And since then it's really expanded. And how I got into the dating space and the love space is really my own journey of working with a love coach and understanding how really scared I was to have the love that I really wanted. And I really didn't know that it was my own fear that was holding me back from my dreams. And I think that relates on all levels, whether you want a love in your life or a certain job or a certain partnership. You know, if you're really afraid of it, then it's kind of harder to attain. It's like we're in our own way. And combining those things together of really learning how to love and appreciate myself for all of who I am, flaws and all, and then working with my body and my breath and the goddesses and the angels and the practice of journaling and chanting and meditation have really brought me into the woman that I am today and continue to grow into. And I really love the practices that I've discovered and made my own. So, yeah.
Yes, and I know that today you wanted to talk about how to channel the goddess energy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, let's just go right into this.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a practice that I started. I actually learned from one of my yoga teachers, Sienna Sherman. She is an urban priestess, a professional, amazing storyteller, a yogi. She's many things. And I've been studying with her for a while. I went to a yoga retreat with her in Costa Rica this year. It's important for me to take a retreat at least once a year where I can kind of shut down and just dive in. And we happened to be there on one of the new moons, or it might have been the full, I don't remember. But she invited us to participate in a 30-day sadhana. And a sadhana is just a practice. You know, sisters might know that word. For others that don't, it's just a practice, a commitment to a practice for a certain amount of time. And that practice that she invited us to participate in with her and then alone, you know, on our own as we moved from the retreat, was chanting Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiye Swaha to bring in the energy and embody Goddess Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And Goddess Lakshmi, as I mentioned earlier, when Jonita pulled the card of Sedna, you know, they're similar in their qualities of abundance. Goddess Lakshmi is the goddess of blessings, goddess of abundance in all areas of life, abundance, wealth, health. And when you call on her and you chant that chant, and I'm doing it, and it's 108 times.
Yeah.
And yes, I use the beads. I actually have them on today. Right now, I wear them constantly. My intention is to invoke in her into my being in the way of blessings, being able to be a person who blesses, the abundance that she can offer through my life, and really where to notice her. And Lakshmi is a beautiful, amazing goddess who sits on a lotus, and she has these almond-shaped eyes and beautiful long flowing hair like your color hair, and just long and wavy, and she is just luscious, and she has full breasts, and she wears rose and gold, and you see her in things like flowers, like roses. You can see maybe the corner there, some roses on the side. Pink and gold are her colors, and you see her in lush fruits, like this beautiful bowl of granola that someone made for me when I was on retreat. I was like, this is a Lakshmi bowl of food, because it was just this beautiful,
so rich.
Yeah, so rich, so bright, so full of life, prana, and just so gorgeous. And so when you call her in and you practice that chant and you meditate on her qualities, it's only through that infusion that you call her in, and then you start to experience the world around you in a really different way. And so that's part of one of my practices that I've been doing, and it's so amazing to see and feel the subtle differences in your life and the things around you when you focus on abundance and beauty and growth and blessings, and you just start to feel that in your whole energy, in your whole space in and around you.
Yeah, I know about goddess Lakshmi from India, because it's a very popular goddess there.
Yes.
And people, especially you see in shops, you would have a statue of goddess Lakshmi to begin your day. They light incense in front of her, and I think the day where they celebrate the Lakshmi Day is the day where everyone goes and buys a bit of a gold, so invite abundance in their life. And those days, I remember that day used to be a very chaotic day in India, because everyone is out in the streets to buy gold, just to invite more of Lakshmi in. But I think a lot of people only associated her with the money element. But as you said, it's the abundance. It's abundance in everything, just not wealth and money.
Yeah. And I love that story. There's so many stories, as you know, many different stories about how you can call her in, and stories about how she came to be and what she is. But yeah, she's beyond money. Money's one aspect, but it's beauty and love and blessings, and also conceiving, and that could be in a physical form of a child, or in your ideas, right? Creativity. So it really is just this. I feel like her power is so tangible when you get connected, and if that's something you desire, it's absolutely available to you to call that in. So yeah.
So for the women watching who are not very much into these goddesses, what would you suggest? Like, how do they start if they want to give it a go, if they are intrigued into inviting goddesses and the power of the goddesses in their lives?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I feel like it can be really intimidating, right? Like if you don't really know about it, or you might think it's kind of weird. And I totally get and respect that, because it's it's not part of most people's everyday life to call upon a goddess, right?
Yeah. Not normal. It's not the normal.
Correct. Yeah, it's not normal. So, and it wasn't normal for me. So I just want to share that. Like, it wasn't something that I've always believed in or saw any sort of value. It was a process for me to really learn and see and just try, right? So for those of you out there like me, we have this power inside of us. And whether you want to connect it to a goddess like Lakshmi and envision yourself in that way, or you just want to go deeper into the goddess inside of you, or angel inside of you, or deeper power, whatever word resonates with you, you can really, what I would suggest is journal what the most beautiful version of you feels and looks like. Like Lakshmi is a beautiful goddess in physicality, but also her qualities make her even more beautiful. So, it's important to understand that beauty is much more than skin deep, and your power is much more than your beauty. Your beauty actually comes from the power within you, the power of your knowing your own value and your own worth, and your own, honoring your own spirit. And so a way that you can get in touch with that is to just write freely, like whatever comes to mind, like what you envision being the most beautiful part of yourself. And we all have it. We all have it. It's just letting yourself get connected and really believe that she's there, because she really is. Like, just trust me when I tell you that you all have a beautiful, higher, more intelligent form of yourself that lives inside of your being. So that's one way that I would start, is the journaling. And then breathe in. When you get really settled into what it is you feel, sit or lie down. For a lot of people, it's not comfortable to sit for long periods or even a few moments. It's just not. So you can lie down. There's no right way to meditate. You can meditate walking.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to call it meditation. It's really connecting. So, you know, don't get hung up on the words. Just do your own practice. Like, these things are really building your own practice of connecting to your own inner self. And so it could be taking a walk. It could be lying outside on the sun, in the sunshine on your deck. It could be lying down on the floor in your kitchen. Like, it really could be anything that gets you connected. And then when you get into that space to lie down or sit wherever you're happy, you just visualize and feel all of those beautiful things that you've written about what you see yourself as, and just allow them to wash over you and feel them start to take into yourself. You can even inhale and imagine, like, I'm inhaling peace into my body, or, you know, I'm inhaling the feeling of what it feels like to be beautiful, and you can inhale it into certain parts with each breath. And it's just a process. And just start with each one a little bit each day, and notice how it grows and cultivates and becomes the practice that works for you. But it really is essential to connect to it, you know, on a regular basis, so that you can start to feel more integrated to your own entire self, right? Body, mind, spirit, soul.
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah. Does that help?
Yes, and I think what also worked for me was using an oracle card deck.
Yes.
And I loved, I think my relationship with the goddesses began to deepen by using those decks, because they would have the explanations and more meaning. So I think that's one useful tool that we can have.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. I agree with you 1,000%. And I don't know what your oracle, well, you have Doreen Virtue's goddess card, obviously. Yeah. I have that deck as well, and I love her angel deck.
Yes, I have that one too.
Yeah, that's good. And I also have the romance deck. But I will say that the two that I go to are the angel deck and the goddess deck.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because it's just an overall feeling. And the way that you can use the deck, and I'm sure if you're with Jonita, she has taught you how, but you can use them every day and just ask them for guidance. Like, you could just hold them, shuffle them, and while you're holding and shuffling, you're asking them for direction for that day. Like, what do I really need to know today? What can you help me understand today? And it's quite amazing to really see how you can form a connection with those cards, with the angels and the spirit around you, and receive the exact guidance that you really need. And that is a beautiful, beautiful addition. I love that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, and recently I also bought a Kuan Yin's deck, because in one of the ceremonies I had an embodiment of Kuan Yin and experience, and it's all about compassion, and I didn't know a specific deck upon just Kuan Yin's various principles existed, and I was like, wow, okay, I need that. And I don't use that very often. I use it only on new moons, on special occasions. But yes, I agree that I like using angel decks on a daily basis, because you can just ask for guidance. And
yeah, I love that you found a Kuan Yin deck. Kuan Yin's so beautiful, and that's amazing. Good to know. I didn't know that existed either. She's a beautiful goddess.
Yeah, she's beautiful. So I know you mentioned that you would take us through a guided meditation process during this call. So I'm really excited.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited too. Do you want it to be Lakshmi, or do you want it to be another goddess, or do you care?
Let's do Lakshmi, because we've been talking about her, so I think that matches. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, great. Well, I would invite you all, and I may do this too, but I'm not sure, I can't decide, to be wherever you are. And if you're in a place to lie down, you can lie down. If you're here just seated, and just take a minute and close your eyes. And just take a deep breath in through the nose, and let your breath sigh out. And if any sound comes, just let it be. Take another breath like that. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhale out the mouth, and let everything just wash away. One more time, letting the sigh out the mouth. And just feel yourself settle into the seat or into your back on the floor, and then let your lips close and just start to take deep breaths through your inhalation and your exhalation. Your hands can rest palms up on your knees or palms down, whatever is relaxing for you. You want to just be comfortable. And as you breathe deeply, I just want you to imagine that you are sitting on a bench facing the ocean. On a beach, the sun is starting to rise, and you see and feel the ocean breeze, the tide of the water. And as you continue to focus on the tide of the water and feel the ocean breeze, you see in the distance a form start to emerge from the water. Her head is starting to come out of the water, her chest, her breasts, her belly, her pelvis, her legs, and you see now in full seated form, beautiful Lakshmi seated on a wide, lush lotus flower. And if you haven't seen a lotus flower before, it's just a flower with many beautiful pointed kind of petals, and she's sitting in the center of that beautiful flower. And this flower is like the sign of femininity and flourishing and abundance and expansion. And as she flows towards you on the ocean waves, she gets to a point and you see her and you make eye contact with her. And her beautiful, large, brown, almond-shaped eyes grab your gaze. And you can feel the connection between you and this beautiful, abundant goddess. And then draw your attention down into the heart space. And feel your heart space connect to the heart space of Lakshmi. As you breathe in, imagine and visualize a pink gold color of light shining from her heart into your heart space. And as you breathe that color, that light into your heart, feel it expand wide and back and forward so that the breath just expands your heart open even deeper. As you exhale, feel the gold and pink light flow downward towards your belly and pelvis and upward towards your throat and head. Breathe in again and feel even more light and abundance and power, energy flowing from Goddess Lakshmi into your heart, exhaling down into your belly and pelvis. Maybe even feel that light flow through your thighs, down your knees, into your calves and feet. Breathing in again, feel how safe you are, connecting to the lushness of Goddess Lakshmi that really is also in you. Exhale it from your heart up into your throat, into your crown, and feel it shine out of the top of your head. And as you feel this gold and pink light kind of swirling through your entire body, notice if you feel any sensations. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more connected to yourself on a deeper level? Do you feel how you can trust that opening up and feeling abundant is available for you? And as you breathe in a few more breaths, just feel Lakshmi holding up her right, I think it's her left hand toward you, like a high five, kind of, with her four fingers together and thumb open. And that hand is dispelling any fear from penetrating your body. Breathe in one more time, a big, full breath, and feel even more deeply into the gold and pink energy light flowing from her directly into you. And notice how you can become one. And how she starts to dissolve. The form that was sitting in front of you starts to dissolve, not only back into the water, but also into you. So feel how particles of her are floating into you as they flow down into the water, as they flow and dissipate into the air. And feel yourself as light and as grounded into all of that energy. Feel one with the water, with the sand, with the sky, with the sun. And just take one more breath. And as you're ready, when you're ready, just allow your eyes to open ever so gently. Breathing in and breathing out. And notice how you feel. How do you feel, Jonita?
I feel so relaxed. I can hardly talk. This is what is happening with me throughout all the meditations, that I can hardly talk after that.
I know. It's so
yeah, you feel the sense of calmness, and I feel the sense of assurance. So thank you so much, Lena. Thank you so much for this beautiful guidance.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for the pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So, would you like to share about the amazing gift that the women are going to receive from you?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually getting ready to start a 5-day challenge. It's all about getting connected inside and building this confidence in yourself to become the woman that you want to be, to attract in the man that you desire. So even if you aren't really focused on a man right now, you know, it's all about building your confidence so that you can know and own your value and worth, much like we just kind of discussed earlier, so that you can be confident in all areas of your life from that deep feminine confidence place, you know, like really trusting and owning. And that begins on May 29th, and there's a link for you, I believe, underneath this video.
Yes, I will have the link.
Yeah, and we will be able to connect in that way. If you feel that speaks to you, I'd love to have you join us. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll have the links to it below the video, so ladies can click in and have a look through. Lena, I've been asking this question to every single guide in this online temple, and I want to ask you too. What does rising feminine mean to you?
Oh, such a great question. The rising feminine. Well, I know probably every woman is saying similar things, like we really are, like femininity is on the rise. It is coming out, and we're all learning about what that means. And what that means to me is it's really connecting to your own inner self and embodying the feminine power. And what that is a trust. It's an inner knowing. It's making sure you're filling up your well so that you can give to others from a true place. And that well can be filled through many practices, but really watching your energy and honoring yourself first so that you can give from your heart and soul center honestly, and honoring yourself and those around you with respect and love and grace. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love the way you explained it. It's really amazing, and it's filling the cup. Yes, that is for every single woman in this busy lifestyle.
Yes, absolutely fill your cup. Take care of you first. You always come first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lena, so much for being here, being so generous with your offering as well as your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.